evening, everyone. Thank you all again. I piggyback on what Phil has said, but while I was sitting there, he made a comment and he said, "What is UBI?" And this thought just went across my mind. UBI. We're kind of like the links of a chain. What we do is not just empower individuals, but it takes a heart sometimes, because some of the people we help and serve, they've been through things that we don't quite understand. So there are times when I have experienced, since I've been volunteering, things when it's right, honestly, you don't have to do anything, because it's not work, because the gifts you have in you, that you've learned, all you have to do is be willing to share it. Sometimes all we have to do is grab somebody's hand and take them along. Recently, we just collaborated with two organizations, the Bridge Over Troubled Water, and we will be holding classes at the North Pasadena Community Outreach Center. That collaboration has been so awesome to me. All I can say is I know it's right, because it took no work other than to pick up a phone. And actually, it was set up by someone else. When I got there, all that day, I practiced at work on what I was going to say, and I'm not a speech giver. Hey, I did not do this. I don't. I got there. I made sure I had all my copies and stuff. And when I walked in the room, and I asked for the lady I was scheduled to see, when I saw this little lady come out from behind the double doors and her arms stretched out, I had one thought in my mind: what is this? What's going on? And all she kept saying over and over again, "You have no idea how much we need." I kept hoping you wouldn't change your mind, and I'm thinking, I'm supposed to be trying to convince you to let the program go. So it's a needed program. I mean, I did nothing but sit there and thought, okay. The thing of it is this is a program and an organization. These women, it's in a community where they need to learn how to just take care of themselves. They have they have language barriers. They have some are maybe not as educated as the rest of us. Some simply do not know how to get up and even begin to take the gift of cooking a meal or fixing a car. While they can do it with their eyes closed, they have no idea that you can actually do this as a business. This is what I'm hoping we can do. And I've talked to several of you tonight, all of you just about. There are so many gifts here. All of us together can create one chain. Everybody has a unique gift that would be essential to the classes. Because when I left that meeting, we were scheduled to start March the 23rd, go all the way through 10 classes every Tuesday, and ending class on May 25th. They want this to continue over and over and over until they get as many people helped in that community as possible. Phil, it was so strange, because that day, I was sure when I went to bed that night that this was the right thing to do, because Phil told me of a connection that I shared with him, and he said, "Oh, Karen, I got a call from such and such, and they're very interested in work." And I thought, oh my God, because in the other meeting, clean across town from Phil, I'm sitting there listening at this lady say, "Well, we could really use some legal help." And now he's telling me I've already done this, and I'm thinking, okay, this has got to be right. This is how I know when it's right, when you have to do nothing except make yourself available. So those 10 classes are coming up, and the goal is to empower people so that they can go back into their community and hopefully rebuild or to strengthen themselves, but not just themselves, but their community as well. So those classes will take place. They will be on Tuesday. They're scheduled from 7. She said 7 to 9, but rule of thumb, we have to be out of there at 9, so it'll be more like 8:15, 8:30. And the goal is to have them with at the end of the 10 courses, with hopefully as much of a business plan, because their vision, if it works out, they actually want to have these business plans presented to bankers. So I was so inspired when I left there, because the 3 of us, the lady from the bridge, the community center, and myself,